go. All right, well, by now you should know the rules. Robots paint, you guess. I give some clues along the way. We start off easy, and it gets harder over time. Now, this first round is popular TV shows from the 1960s. Popular TV shows from the 1960s. This quirky family delights in all things macabre. Their home is filled with strange and supernatural objects. Yeah, hang in there, Rhombus. We're going to go 6 rounds. Their butler resembles Frankenstein the monster. Yeah, you know the answer to this one. Wednesday and Pugsley are part of this peculiar household. It's so interesting that the Wednesday character made a big comeback recently. She's very popular. The theme song is known for its finger-snapping tune. Right? Yeah, you got it. You got it. The Addams Family. The show was based on, now you might not have known this, the show was based on Charles Addams' original cartoons published in the New Yorker. Little known fact. I bet you know this one. It explores space and the concept of peaceful exploration. The show's setting is a starship in the 23rd century. Characters include a Vulcan, a Scottish engineer, and a doctor. Yeah. I think the first few are kind of easy. We'll see. We'll see how easy it is. They are famous for the line, "Live long and prosper." I don't really remember that much, but I guess so. Captain Kirk leads the Starship Enterprise. I think everybody knows this one. Yes, indeed, this is Star Trek. Did you know that many of the futuristic gadgets in the show, like communicators, inspired real-world technology, like cell phones? Wow, how about that? The first cell phones. Next up, each episode is a self-contained story. It often blends science fiction, suspense, and the supernatural. The opening narration warns viewers of entering a new dimension. Yes, warning. Yeah, that's correct. That is correct. It's famous for its eerie, high-pitched theme music. Now, I'm kind of vaguely remembering that. I'm not sure I remember that clearly. Known for twist endings that challenge perceptions of reality. Always twists. That's right, this is the Twilight Zone. You are entering the Twilight Zone. Rod Serling wrote or co-wrote the majority of the episodes, showcasing his knack for imaginative storytelling. Rod Serling. The Twilight Zone. That's right. Next up, 1960s television shows for anybody that just came in. The protagonist can grant nearly any wish. She is a 2,000-year-old magical being. Her home is in a bottle. That's correct. She shares her life with an astronaut. Rage. We were just down in Cape Canaveral a couple weeks ago. Very interesting. Known for her blink-based spellcasting. Can you see that? Okay. That's right. I Dream of Jeannie is correct. I Dream of Jeannie, the iconic Genie bottle, was originally a Jim Beam whiskey decanter. There's some nice little known facts here at the end of these, isn't there? There she is, Jeannie. Remember who played her? Do you remember who played her? Barbara Eden, of course. Barbara Eden. Next up. This show was set on a PT boat during World War II. It features a crew of humorous misfits. The commanding officer often bends the rules. Do you remember this? Does anybody remember this? The antics include outsmarting superior officers. That can get you in trouble. A comedic look at the naval life during wartime. That's funny. Hey, Liz. Liz is on the board. It was along the same. It was a prequel to Hogan's Heroes. It was actually a setup maybe for Hogan's Heroes. That's right. This is McHale's Navy. McHale's Navy. Ernie Borgnine, of course. The show inspired 2 feature films in the 1960s. Did it inspire 2? I don't remember the feature films, but that sounds cool. Next up. A poor family becomes incredibly wealthy overnight. They move to a mansion in Beverly Hills after discovering oil. Being old enough will come in handy on many of these rounds. George! Good to see you, man. There it is. Granny's cooking and moonshine are infamous. Jed Clampett leads the family in their comedic adventures. That's right. The category is popular TV shows from the 60s. And we do have a fun fact at the end of each one of these that is kind of a little known fact. In this one, the Beverly Hillbillies debut episode had one of the highest TV ratings of all time. Wow. How about that? Next up. A young boy is always full of mischief and curiosity. His antics often upset his neighbor. I'll let you guys have to remember the neighbor's name. What's the neighbor's name? He is blonde, freckled, and energetic. I guess first you got to get the show. Then we'll get the neighbor's name. Based on a popular comic strip of the same name. Ramos! Yes, you know it all. I don't remember any of the actors' names, though. Does anybody remember any of the actors' names? Oh, I think, yeah. They're going to have some information for us here at the end. This is indeed Dennis the Menace is the show, and the series starred Jay North as Dennis, whose charm captured the spirit of the beloved comic strip character. So he was a good fit. Very good. All right, we're down to number 8. I think I've seen this answer already. Set during World War II in a German POW camp. The prisoners are surprisingly resourceful in outsmarting their captors. Yes, we're back to this. Colonel Hogan leads the clever schemes against the camp's bumbling commandant. Yeah, you got it. Comedy mixes with covert operations and hidden tunnels. That's right. They always could get out anytime they wanted, right? They had a tunnel. Known for its catchphrase, "I know nothing. I know nothing." nothing. That was the sergeant, right? I know nothing. The sergeant. Hey, Farouk, what's up? This is indeed Hogan's Heroes. Hogan's Heroes, despite being a comedy, the show's premise was based on real-life POW resistance activities, and that is true. Next up, a family of monsters, not the Addams Family, lives a surprisingly ordinary suburban life. Their address is 1313 Mockingbird Lane. Anybody remember this? The father resembles Frankenstein's monster and is named Herman. Yeah, you got it. Their niece, Marilyn, is the normal one in the family. You remember that? So they had one normal person. She was the hot blonde. The household includes Grandpa, a vampire with a knack for experiments. And there they are. The monsters. Despite comparisons, the Munsters debuted just days after the Addams Family and carved its own unique identity. There you go. Of course they did. Next up, a police procedural set against the tropical backdrop of Hawaii. The main character, Steve McGarrett, leads the 5-0 unit. Known for dramatic chases and thrilling investigations. Yeah, Stuart's got it. The iconic catchphrase, "Book 'em, Dano," comes from the show. Book 'em, Dano. Yeah, that was a good one. The show's opening credits feature one of TV's most memorable theme songs. Yeah. The surf, the wave coming in. Okay, anyway, I don't quite have that one down. Yes, indeed, this is Hawaii 5-0. The title refers to Hawaii being the 50th U.S. state. Hawaii 5-0. There it is. Next up, this one might be harder. This one focuses on the day-to-day lives of two police officers. It is set in Los Angeles. The show highlights routine patrols and challenges. Yeah. Welcome, Dano. Not this one, though. Close. You're close. You're in the ballpark. The title refers to the radio call sign of the police unit. Officers Malloy and Reed are the main characters, known for its realistic portrayal of law enforcement. And it was called, and you were close. You were very close, but you were incorrect. That's right. I don't think you have to have the one in the title, but yes, there you go. Porch Laddie. There you go, Porch Laddie. That's right. This is Adam 12. Next up. This one revolves around a team of covert operatives. It's known for its high-stakes missions and elaborate schemes. The team often uses disguises and cutting-edge gadgets. Hey, Bradley, what's up? Merry Christmas. That's right, you got it. Bombas. Famous for the line, "This tape will self-destruct in 5 seconds." Do you remember the scene where the old reel-to-reel tape and it starts to catch on fire? It's pretty cool. The iconic theme music is instantly recognizable. And they still use that, right, in the Tom Cruise ones? The theme music, I think so. So anyway, yes, this is Mission Impossible. The series was revived as a blockbuster movie franchise starring Tom Cruise, as we discussed. All right, we're caught up. Very good. We're down to number 13 in the popular 1960s TV shows. A family created a blended marriage of 6 children. That sounds like trouble. The kids are split evenly, 3 boys and 3 girls. Known for its signature opening with 9 individual frames. Think it's Ring? It could be. No, incorrect there. Porch Laddie. You remember the 9 frames? Kind of was a precursor from the. You remember a game show called Hollywood Squares? This show's kind of like Hollywood Squares, right? The Brady Bunch is correct. Memorable episodes include Marcia's broken nose and the Silver Platters performance. I don't really remember that. The show's famous house exterior still stands in North Hollywood. There you go. That's interesting, right? No? Kinda? Kinda, sorta? Free Young Thug. Yeah, I'd say so. Definitely. Why not? Pardon? Next up. This show centers on a group of castaways stranded on an island. The crew was shipwrecked during a 3-hour tour. A 3-hour tour. The characters include a movie star, a professor, and a millionaire. There you go. You got it. The professor and Mary Ann here on Gilligan's Isle. The weather started getting rough. The tiny ship was tossed. If not for the courage of the fearless crew, the minnow would be lost. Somehow, I remember that perfectly. The opening theme song explains the entire premise and lyrics. There you go. And I just gave it to you. Gilligan's Island. Yay! Everybody's a winner here on Quick Bite History Live. Next up, the protagonist is a brilliant defense attorney. He is famous for dramatic courtroom victories. That sounds interesting. Each case ends with a shocking revelation of the real culprit. That's right, there's always a twist. It's based on the novels by Earl Stanley Gardner. Did you know that? That's a little known fact. Known for turning seemingly hopeless cases into wins. This is before Matlock for sure. Who was that? Mary Ann or the professor's wife? or the movie star? Who knows? Yeah, this is Alan Bragg. This is Perry Mason. You guys forget how soon we forget. Perry Mason, of course. Yeah, Porch Laddie. There you go. Speaking of pretty ladies, see if you get this show. Set at the Shady Rest Hotel, a family-run establishment. The hotel is accessed by a steam-powered train. That's right, the only way to get to this hotel was to take the train. Kate Bradley manages the hotel with her 3 daughters. Anybody remember this show? And it starts with the girls who obviously don't have any clothes on are swimming in the water tank. And so it was kind of a racy start, right? For the 1960s. The show often shares crossover characters with another show. Anybody know what this one was? Yeah, Porch Laddie. Yeah, there you go. I remember watching this as a kid. Petticoat Junction. Petticoat Junction. The Shady Rest Hotel was based on a real hotel in Missouri. There you go. Next up. A widower raises his three boys, with the help of a grandfatherly figure. Themes often focus on family values and growing up. The family's last name is Douglas. Who remembers the show? Anybody? The iconic opening shows synchronized footsteps. I don't remember that. Wasn't it like a drawing or something? Yeah. Almost like Mad Men, you know? Yeah. Dirty Money. Dirty Money's in there. Known for the warm-hearted and reliable storylines. My Three Sons. The show ran for 12 seasons, making it one of the longest-running family sitcoms. My Three Sons. Uncle Charlie, of course. And three kids that didn't look anything like each other. They all have different moms. I don't remember the storyline. Okay. Next up, this one's been mentioned. A couple moves from New York City to the countryside. Excuse me real quick. Anybody know just from that? The husband loves farm life and the wife prefers city living. Yeah, you got it. Nickel Master. Lots of discussions of money here. The comedy revolves around adjusting to rural quirks. The opening theme contrasts farm living and penthouse views. Now, I'm not remembering this song quite as well as the Gilligan's Island, so I don't think I better take a stab at this song. The farmhand, Arnold Ziffel, is a pig with a surprising amount of personality. That's right, there was a pig that was a star of the show. The show was a reversal of the Beverly Hillbillies, moving city folk back to the country. There you go. Next up, we only got 2 left. We're having so much fun in this cat. A suburban housewife has magical powers. Her nose twitching signals a spell is being cast. So the genie blinked, but this one twitches her nose. Yes. Everybody's gonna get this one. She is married to a mortal who works in advertising. Her meddling mother, Indora, do you remember her? Disapproves of her mortal husband, often addressing themes of balancing normalcy with the supernatural. Let's end. Hilarity ensues. That's right, Bewitched. Bewitched is the correct answer. Elizabeth Montgomery's nose twitch became one of the most iconic gestures in television history. There you go. Bewitched. Okay, last one. Oh, you know what? I've got a few bonus items in this category. We actually have 23 of these. So here we go. Set on the Ponderosa. In the Old West, the Cartwright family is central to the show. The patriarch, Ben Cartwright, has 3 sons from different mothers. Here we go. I knew that was a theme coming up. You remember that? That's part of the story. Like, every wife dies, right? Some tragic death. Yeah, you got it, Stuart. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, each wife was knocked off. Yeah, we've got we're doing a marathon tonight, guys. So hang in there. That's right. Bonanza is correct. Did you know that Bonanza was the first network television show to be broadcast entirely in color? This is the first one. Cool. Little known fact. There you go. Yeah, we're going till the cows come home, and I'm giving you a few bonus ones in this category. 3 bonuses. See if you can get this. This centers on the life of a young boy named Fedor. The Cleaver family represents the idealized 1950s household. The show explores childhood adventures and lessons. The Cleaver family. Anybody remember? Mr. and Mrs. Cleaver serve as a calm, understanding parents. They always understand. Yes, you got it. You got it. The Beaver. The Beeve. Remember, his brother's was Wally, right? And his brother's buddy was always a problem, right? Eddie Haskell, right? Leave It to Beaver. The house used in Leave It to Beaver also appeared in other TV shows, including Desperate Housewives. Wow, didn't know that. That's a weird fact. Okay. Next up. A groundbreaking sketch comedy with rapid-fire jokes and gags. It is known for its colorful psychedelic sets, popularized catchphrases like "sock it to me." Do you remember that? That was goofy. Sock it to me, sock it to me, sock it to me. Each character would open the window and say, "Sock it to me." It features a recurring segment called The Joke Wall. Yes, that's what I was talking about. And it was hosted by Dan Rowan and Dick Martin. Remember that? Who remembers the show? And this is actually Kurt Russell's wife, right? Yeah. What was her name? What's Kurt Russell's wife's name? Not the Gong Show. This is pre-Gong Show. There she is. There she is. Kurt Russell's wife. Goldie Hawn. Goldie Hawn laughing is, of course, correct. Okay, last one in the category. And I really mean it this time. Set in the fictional small town of Mayberry, Sheriff Andy Taylor is a widower raising his son, Opie. Yeah, there's quite a story about Opie, right? Quite a legend in Hollywood. Barney Fife, the bumbling deputy, provides much of the comic relief. It is known for its wholesome humor and life lessons. Yeah, you guys got it. Everybody's getting it. And who is Opie? Who's the act for Opie? Featuring a memorable theme song whistled during the opening. There you go. Andy Griffith is, of course, correct. And Andy Griffith insisted on filming without a laugh track to preserve the show's authenticity. So there you go. Very good. All right. Well, that was a fun first round. Glad everybody's here tonight. Appreciate that. And you just stick around as long as you want, because we're just going to keep doing categories until the cows come home. We may take a break like halfway through, and I'll put a video on so we can all do a bio break. Especially me. But anyway, let's throw the next round up there. Here we go. So the next round is 20 iconic pop culture characters from the 1980s. A long title, but these should be pretty easy at the beginning, and they get harder. You know the rules. Robots paint, you guess. The character's story is centered around an intergalactic adventure. This character has a unique ability to heal wounds with a glowing touch. I would think you guys know this one already. He is known for his long neck and large, expressive eyes. Phone home. Phone home is correct. Well, that was one of the clues, actually. The phrase phone home is forever linked to this beloved character. Okay, John. John's in there. John D. I used to work with a John D. This isn't the John D I used to work with. I doubt. What was the candy that E.T. liked so much? Anybody remember? What candy did E.T. like? Anybody remember? Reese's. Check it out. This character is an archaeologist and professor. He is known for his fear of snakes. His adventures often involve seeking out ancient artifacts. That's right. You got it. He wields a whip and wears a fedora. Good combo. He is played by Harrison Ford in a famous film series. I assume everybody has it, and not a bad rendition by the robots. I mean, not perfect, but not bad. Indiana Jones is, of course, the answer. Indiana Jones is the protagonist of the film series created by George Lucas and Steven Spielberg, starting with the Raiders of the Lost Ark in 1981. There you go. There's the whole story behind Indiana Jones. A whip and a fedora. So if you're going to do it on Halloween, all you need is the whip and the fedora. There you go. Next up. This character is a teenager living in Hill Valley. He travels through time in a DeLorean car. His best friend is an eccentric scientist. That is indeed the movie. And yes, Nickelmaster knows the character. And of course, the movie star is... I assume everybody knows who started this show. He often finds himself fixing past mistakes to save the future. He is played by... There's a trilogy. Who played Marty McFly? Yeah, of course. Sure. Michael J. Fox. Marty McFly is the main character in Back to the Future film series. Directed by Robert Zemeckis. Do I say that right? Zemeckis. Which it debuted in 1985, if you can believe it's that old. Next up. So these are 1980s icons, and I'm not sure if I ever really paid much attention to this character. Should we do it just from the picture on this one? This character is the alter ego of Prince Adam. Yeah, I know nothing about this. I don't know why. He wields a magical sword and possesses superhuman strength. Yeah, how'd you know that? How'd you guys know that? Did you watch that as a kid? I did. I did not. 1980s. I know. His arch nemesis is Skeletor. Now, I kind of know Skeletor. He defends the realm of Eternia. Cool name. He shouts, "I have the power. I have the power." I'm not saying that properly. "I have the power to transform." There. He has a saber cat. I didn't know that either. So yeah, you guys knew this is He-Man. He-Man is the hero of the animated television series He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. And the Masters of the Universe, of course. Speaking of characters, this character is the leader of a group of robotic beings. He transforms into a semi-truck. Now, if I didn't know the story, I would think that was weird. He fights against the Decepticons. Now, that's a cool name. Yes, you have it. The Decepticons. I like that. He is known for his wisdom and bravery. He is the leader of the Autobots. And he has a cooler voice than me. He does. He has a very cool voice. Yeah, you 80s babies are going to do well on these. Optimus Prime is a central character of the Transformers franchise, which includes animated series, comics, and live-action films. And making films. Or at least it used to. That's all I remember. Right? The young Macon Fox. It was the good Macon Fox, not the current Macon Fox. You'll know this guy. This artist started his career as a child in a family band. He became known as the King of Pop. And he possibly is the second most appearing person in categories on Quick Bite History Live. Yeah, he probably shows up about second most. I don't know if you remember the guy that shows up the most, Thomas Jefferson. Keep that in mind. His album Thriller is one of the best-selling albums of all time. He is famous for his single sequined glove. Prince? No. I guess, all those sequin glove guys kind of look the same. This is Michael Jackson, of course. MJ. Michael Jackson was a global influential pop singer and entertainer whose career spans several decades. I guess kids born today, though, they're not going to know Michael Jackson, right? It's not around. Bummer. Next up, this artist is known for constantly reinventing her image. She gained fame with hits like a Virgin and Material Girl. Yes. It kind of looks like it, right? The robots, I don't know if they're doing that good a job yet. The end painting might be okay. That's correct. Her provocative performance and music videos stirred controversy. She's also known as the Queen of Pop. She has influenced many female pop artists that followed. All right, the painting's starting to look a little better. It doesn't look like Aerosmith anymore, which Aerosmith is definitely on the list of the 5 ugliest bands, right? They might be number 1. What would you guys say? All ugly band. I think Aerosmith's up there. That's right. This is Madonna, of course. Madonna is an American singer, songwriter, and actress who became a cultural icon in the 1980s and continues to be influential in the music industry today. There you go. Next up. Now, this guy is definitely an icon of the 80s, and he's also an icon of my channel. Kind of, sort of, a version. This character is part of the popular 1980s video game. He navigates a maze eating pellets. He is chased by ghosts named Blinky, Pinky, Inky, and Clyde. Yes. He can eat power pellets to turn the tables on the ghosts. He is a yellow circular character, much like my avatar. Which I don't know, did you notice I was matching my avatar tonight? It's all tying together now. Pac-Man is an arcade game developed by Namco and released in 1980 and became an enduring symbol of the 1980s pop culture. Pac-Man. There you go. Next up. This character is a plumber by profession. He often rescues Princess Peach. His adventures take place in the Mushroom Kingdom. Cool. Yeah, everybody knows these. They all know they're 80s icons. He is known for his red hat and mustache. He is known as the main character of Nintendo's Super Mario series. So obviously, this is Mario. How many different versions of that game have been made? Quite a few. Mario is the video character created by Nintendo and has appeared in, here's my answer, appeared in over 200 games since its creation. 200. Excuse me. Wow. All right. Next up in our 1980s icons. We're all caught up. That's nice. This team deals with supernatural phenomena. They use proton packs to capture ghosts. Their headquarters is an old firehouse in New York City. Yes, everybody knows. This is the original ones. These are the original guys. Their logo features a ghost in a red circle with a slash, the no symbol. The phrase, who you gonna call, is associated with them. Who you gonna call? Okay, name the three actors that were in the original series, original movie. This is indeed Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters is a 1984 supernatural comedy film directed by Ivan Reitman, which became a cultural phenomenon and spawned a franchise. Yeah, Dan Aykroyd, Bill Murray, and the other guy. Exactly. Okay, you know this guy. This character is a high school student known for skipping school. He is famous for his elaborate schemes. Everybody remember this? He spends a day in Chicago with his best friend and his girlfriend. Yeah, dirty money. He often breaks the fourth wall and talks to the audience, kind of like I do. I'm just breaking down that fourth wall. Or maybe that's the whole point of the show, maybe. I'm not sure. He is the protagonist of the film Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Yes. Well, that's a pretty good clue, I'd say. He's the protagonist of the Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Yeah, pretty good clue. Ferris Bueller. Bueller. Ferris Bueller is the main character of the 1986 film Ferris Bueller's Day Off, directed by John Hughes. Next up. This character is a Vietnam War veteran. He is highly skilled in survival and combat. He often finds himself in violent conflicts. Yes, he does. He gets himself into a bit of worry. Yes, of course. Pretty good picture of him, too. I think the robots are hitting this one, nailing this one on the button. He is known for his muscular physique and bandana. That's right. He always wore the bandana, Rambo. He is portrayed by Sylvester Stallone in the film series, Mr. What's Rambo's first name? Who remembers Rambo's first name? There you go. There's a bit of trivia for you. Yeah, Rambo. Everybody knows Rambo. Yeah. You guys got it. Everybody knows John Rambo. John Rambo is the main character in the Rambo film series, starting with, what was the first movie? Anybody remember the name of the first movie? 1982? All the way back in 1982. First Blood. This character is a boxer from Philadelphia. He started as an underdog fighter. He trained by running up the steps of the Philadelphia Museum of Art. Yes. This is the all Sylvester Stallone channel. I saw that Sly was down at Mar-a-Lago quite a bit. You guys see that? He famously shouts, "Adrian!" after a fight. He is played by Sylvester Stallone in the film series. Yo, Adrian! Yo! Something like that. Kind of, sort of. Rocky, I almost said it. Oh, you already know. Rocky Balboa. Rocky Balboa is the main character in the Rocky film series, starting with Rocky in 1976. Well, how's he? Oh, because there were more movies. That's how he's an 80s icon, right? Okay. The next one up makes her second appearance. She was in The Badass Women of Film last week. This character is a waitress turned warrior. That's badass. She is the mother of a resistance leader. She is targeted by time-traveling robot. Those damn robots. Not Wonder Woman. Yeah, you guys have it. For sure. She transforms from damsel in distress to a hardened fighter. She is a central character in the Terminator series. And she is Miss... Anybody remember who plays the character in the first couple of movies? Who plays the character? Who's the actor? This is Sarah Connor. Sarah Connor from the Terminator movie. And she is played by, yes, Stuart knows, Linda Hamilton. Sarah Connor is the main character in the Terminator series, 1984. There you go. Okay, next up. This is a hottie. This character is an animated singer and actress. She is known for her sultry voice and stunning looks. She is married to a cartoon rabbit. She took his last name, too. You got it. You got it. I don't know if this looks like her, though. This one looks like a human. Oh, that's right. Jessica Rabbit is a human. She's just married to the rabbit. I forgot. How soon we forget. I guess I was, with AI and everything, I was envisioning a human-rabbit combo. Jessica Rabbit. Jessica Rabbit is a character in the 1988 film Who Framed Roger Rabbit? And who was the voice of Jessica Rabbit? Anybody remember? Who played the voice for Jessica Rabbit? Sultry. Think sultry. 1980s. Sultry. There you go. Who knows? I see you guys scratching your heads through the magic of Starling. Kathleen Turner. Kathleen Turner. Okay, I don't think you need any clues for this guy. Let's just go by the picture this time. He's from Melmac. I'll tell you that. He's from Melmac. He likes cats. He doesn't really like cats. He likes to eat cats. Yes. Right. Yeah, and this one you could tell just by the picture, right? You didn't need any clues. What does Alf stand for, his name? Alf. What does Alf mean or stand for? Anybody know? Anybody know? Alf. What is that? What's that short for? It's an acronym. Hey, cat's good in gumbo. Yeah. Stir them up. They know about that in Ohio, right? Or was it Ohio, Indiana, somewhere around Springfield? Alien life form. Yeah, you got it. You know. You knew the answer. Along the same lines, this next character is a small, furry creature. He must avoid bright light. And he must avoid water. And never, ever, under any circumstance, feed him after midnight. Yes. Do you remember what his species is? What is Gizmo? He's a species. He's not a gremlin unless he gets in trouble. But what is he before he's a gremlin? He is a certain species. Anybody remember? He is a friendly, gentle personality. Yeah, I think we'll give you credit for that. Mogwai, Mogwai. Close enough. Everybody is close enough. If you combine everybody's answer, you're going to get proper spelling. Gizmo is a character of the 1984 film Gremlins, directed by Joe Dante. But you didn't know that. Joe Dante. Little known fact. Okay, we're doing icons of the 1980s, remember. We got 3 left. This artist is the lead singer of a famous rock band. He is known for his powerful voice and flamboyant stage presence. Yes, indeed. And we're going to give him 3rd place on showing up most on Quick Bite History Live. He often performed in a white tank top and jeans. Yeah, this is Freedy. Bohemian Rhapsody and We Are the Champions. That's right. He was the front man for Queen. Freddie Mercury. Freddie Mercury was the lead vocalist of Queen, known for his extraordinary vocal range and charismatic performances. There you go. Pretty good picture. Not bad. Captured him, and it's got some action to it. It's not just a portrait. Yeah, back's against the wall. Okay, I agree. Number 19. This character is a member of a group of mercenaries. You remember this guy? He is known for his mohawk and gold chains. What's his catchphrase? You guys know who it is. Now, what's Mr. T's catchphrase? And I bet you don't know who played him either. I bet you don't know the guy's name. Who played Mr. T? What's his catchphrase? Anybody know? That's a good. I'm gonna get you, sucker. That's not bad. Oh yeah, Rhombus has it. Rhombus has it. I pity the fool. I pity the fool. Anybody remember who this is? Though it's kind of obscure that his name. Wasn't well known after that. I don't think. Maybe I'm wrong. Mr. Lawrence Turod. Almost sounds French. Tureaud. The A-Team, of course. Mr. T. There you go. Last one. This character is known for his stuttering electronic voice. And he definitely was do you call it harbinger? He was definitely a prequel. He was definitely a predictor. He pretended. All those things. He often appears as a computer-generated television host, like me. His show was set in a dystopian future dominated by television networks. I need some glitches. That's right. You guys know. Yes, indeed. This is Max. Max Headroom is a fictional artificial intelligence. There you go. There's the pretend. Introduced in the mid-1980s, known for his satirical commentary and unique glitchy appearance. There you go. All right. Well, that concludes our second round. And like I said, this tonight is a marathon. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do one more set. We're going to do 10 comedians and 10 something else's. And then we're going to take a short 3-minute bio break. I will put a video on just to keep you guys busy. And then we'll do the second half after that. Anyway, here we go. Third round. We're on to our third round already. Time flies. Yes, exactly. We're doing comedians. This comedian got his start on Saturday Night Live in the early 1990s. He is known for his role in comedy films. He founded the production company Happy Madison Productions. He starred in the Netflix film Murder Mystery alongside Jennifer Aniston. Yeah. Can I upgrade Starlink? No, but I am eventually going to get a faster landline. But, you know, it's part of the Biden administration rollout of the rural internet, which, of course, hasn't hooked up a single customer yet. So no, I don't think Starlink will get much faster unless Elon puts more satellites up. If there's more density on the satellites, It's possible that that will improve the speed. And of course, it depends off there's clouds and this and that, and traffic. Anyway, you guys know this is Adam Sandler, versatile comedian, actor, distinctive comedy, all that stuff. Okay, next up. This actor and comedian began his career as a stand-up comic in Toronto. He gained fame with his roles on the sketch comedy show In Living Color. Do you guys remember that show? Comedy show? In Living Color? Quite a few people started on that. He is known for his expressive face and physical comedy. That's right. You guys know. Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, The Map. He played the title role in The Truman Show and Bruce Almighty. He must have made some money along the way there, right? I mean, he must still be a wealthy man. That's right, this is Mr. Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey is celebrated for his energetic slapstick performances and has also received acclaim for his dramatic roles in films such as The Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. That's a mouthful. And brilliant in The Grinch. Yeah. Although, I don't know how you could ever beat Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. Coming out of the rhino's butt or whatever it was. It was priceless. This comedian was known for her sharp wit and often controversial humor. She was a pioneering female comic starting her career in the 1960s. She became famous for her red carpet interviews and commentary. Who knows who this is? She hosted The Tonight Show and later her own late night talk show. Do you remember that? Yes, Stewart has it. Despite the slow starting, Stewart still has it. She was a fashion critic on the show Fashion Police. That's right. Her and her daughter created that show, right? Not Barbara Walters. That's right. This is Joan Rivers. Joan Rivers was a trailblazer in comedy, known for her fearless and acerbic style, making her a beloved yet controversial figure in entertainment. I think she still thinks Michelle Obama's a man. I'm not sure. But she passed. I don't remember when she passed, but she passed a few years ago. I think you'll know this comedian. He was a major figure in silent film era. He was known for his iconic character, the Tramp. His films often combined humor with social commentary. I don't know if you knew that, but his movies were always edgy politically. That's right. They were. He founded what became, I think it was called something else at the time, but it became United Artists in 1919. So I think it was Chaplin Studios back in the day, but it became United Artists, right? I think I got that story correct. He starred in and directed classics like City Lights and Modern Times. I didn't know the names of those, but that's cool. So yes, this is Charlie Chaplin, of course. Charlie Chaplin remains one of the most influential figures in the history of cinema, with a career spanning over 75 years, leaving an indelible mark on the industry. I think he had quite a number of starlet wives as well. Got around. This comedian was a cast member on Saturday Night Live in the late 70s. He starred in the classic comedies like Caddyshack and Ghostbusters. He is known for his deadpan delivery and quirky roles. Kind of an abstract version of him. I think the robots are doing it abstract. Yes. You know it anyway. The robots couldn't fool you. He frequently collaborated with director Wes Anderson. What was that? What was that one movie where he's on the research ship? He's basically like a Jacques Cousteau type. That was a funny Life Aquatic. Life Aquatic. Funny show. He received critical acclaim for his role in Lost in Translation. And yes, we all know this is Mr. Bill Murray. Bill Murray is known for his unique comedic style and his memorable performances in both comedy and drama, making him a beloved figure in Hollywood. Bill Murray. And the robots are doing the abstract. Bill Murray. It was very Van Gogh-ish. Van Gogh-ish. Next up. This comedian started his career with stand-up comedy albums in the 1960s. He starred in the groundbreaking TV series I Spy. You guys remember that show at all? I Spy? I've seen reruns of it. He created and starred in the beloved sitcom The Cosby Show. Well, that's a pretty good clue. Gosh. He was known as the America's Dad. Did you know that? He was known as America's Dad for a while. He's not known as that now. I can tell you that. He's no longer known as, hey, my dad's here. What's up? His career was later overshadowed by numerous allegations of sexual assault. Yes, indeed. Yeah, he's in jail, right? Am I right? I think he's in jail. Bill Cosby was a pioneering comedian and actor whose career was later marred by legal issues and allegations. Maybe he's just wearing an ankle bracelet at home. I'm not sure. Could be. Anyway, next up. This actress and comedian starred in a groundbreaking sitcom in the 1950s. She is the third or fourth most appearing person on Quick Bite History Live. Her show was the first to feature an interracial couple. I guess so. I guess that's true. She co-starred with her real-life husband, Desi Arnaz. Yes. Pretty good rendition, although black and white. But I guess her show started in black and white. It started in black and white, right, for the first few seasons, and then it ended up switching to color, I think. The character she is best known for is from I Love Lucy. Lucille Ball is a comedy legend whose show I Love Lucy remains one of the most beloved and influential sitcoms of all time. Known for its innovative and hilarious storytelling. I always bring up the scene where they're making the candy, or right there on the candy conveyor belt, and they're trying to keep up with the candy. And they can't keep up, so they start eating it. Hilarity ensues. Next up. This comedian is known for his time on Saturday Night Live. Aren't they all? He is famous for his impersonations of political figures. He starred in the movie Wayne's World as Garth. It's a pretty good character. His impersonations of George H.W. Bush became iconic. Yeah, Rhombus got it. I guess the robots painted it good enough for Rhombus. He was known for his catchphrase, do you remember? As the church lady. What was the church lady's catchphrase? Remember that? Anybody remember? Church lady. Catchphrase. Well, isn't that special? Well, isn't that special? Dana Carvey is celebrated for his comedic versatility and his memorable characters and impersonations on Saturday Night Live. Dana Carvey. Next up, we got two more comedians. This comedian co-created one of the most successful sitcoms of all time. He is known for his neurotic and cantankerous persona. He plays a fictionalized version of himself. Close. You got his first name right. No, it's not Larry Williams. There you go. There we go. It's my name as his second name. He does have two first names, though. So that's cool. His catchphrase is pretty good, which I'm not really identifying with that very much. But he did co-create Seinfeld, right? And he also stars in Curb Your Enthusiasm. Well, that is the show. Curb Your Enthusiasm is his big show. Yeah. There you go. Larry David. Okay, last comedian. This comedian is known for her edgy and often controversial humor. She started her career as a writer and performer on Saturday Night Live. She has starred in her own self-titled comedy show. She voices characters in animated series like Bob's Burgers. I'm not placing that. She is known for her stand-up special, Jesus is Magic. I'm not placing that either, but I guess I didn't watch her very much. Yeah, you got it. Sarah Williams. No, not Sarah Williams. Sarah something. Yes, Rhombus, you got it. You did get it. That's right. Sarah Silverman. Sarah Silverman is a bold and provocative comedian. Whose work spans stand-up, television, and film, and often addresses social political issues. All right, so we have one more set of 10 here, and then we'll take a little break, a 3-minute bio break, and we'll come back and do some more. We're not stopping tonight. We're just going all night long. So you guys are all out of the room. No more answers. This rapper was born in Missouri, but raised in Detroit. Oh, we're doing famous rock musicians, incidentally. He released his breakthrough album, the Slim Shady LP, in 1999. Who remembers who this is? He started a semi-autobiographical film titled 8 Mile. There you go. You got it. Looks just like him. His real name is... There you go. Very good. Didn't even get the question out. And the answer is already appearing. Shows you how fast Starlink is. That's right. This is Eminem. Eminem is one of the best-selling music artists of all time. Known for his rapid-fire lyrical style and controversial themes. Yes, Slim Shady. There he is, Slim Shady. There, he's slimmed down a little there. It could have been too common, huh? This pop star began a career on the Mickey Mouse Club. Her debut single, Baby One More Time, was a global hit in 1998. Can you believe it's that far, 1998? She experienced public struggles, and she still experiences. Does anybody occasionally see her little posts on Instagram or on YouTube or wherever she's posting TikTok? She's like crazy. She experienced public struggles. She's known as the princess of pop. Madonna is the queen of pop. This is the princess of pop. Yes, you know. Her hit songs include Toxic and Oops, I Did It Again, which is kind of her theme, right? That's her life theme. Oops, I Did It Again. Britney Spears is an iconic pop star whose career spans over 2 decades, influencing a generation of pop music. Yes. If I take my glasses off, I can get them right away. If you get a little more fuzzy look, you can tell what they are. You know who this is. Born in Liverpool, England in 1940, he was a founding member of a band. He later pursued a successful solo career. He tragically died in 1980 in New York City. Anybody know? He is the best known. Oh no, I'm sorry. He is best known as a member of the band. Yes. Did anybody name his band? That's a tough one. Yes, this is John Lennon, of course. Looks like him, I think. Kinda. Yes. Well, he was killed in New York City in 1980. Wow, long time ago. Yes, the Beatles. I've heard of them. They do rap, right? Next up. This singer was known for her powerful voice and range. Her debut album in 1985 became the best-selling debut by a female artist. She starred in the film The Bodyguard and performed its hit song, I Will Always Love You. No, not Tina Turner. She holds the record for the most American Music Awards by a female artist. And she tragically passed away in 2012. There it is, Madame. Yeah, everybody's getting it now. Whitney Houston, of course. Whitney Houston is considered one of the greatest vocalists of all time, with a career filled with chart-topping hits and groundbreaking achievements. Whitney Houston. There you go. All right, we're halfway through our musician of the 1980s, I believe. This artist was born in Barbados and moved to the U.S. to pursue a music career. She's Barbadian. Is that the way you say that? A Barbadian? She was discovered by a music producer who was impressed by her demo tape. Nobody ever listens to my demo tape. Very frustrating. Her hit singles include Umbrella, Diamonds, and We Found Love. Oh, everybody knows this, I see. She has ventured into fashion and beauty with her brands Fenty Beauty and Savage X Fenty. I'm not familiar, but I guess they're popular. Making money, right? She's known for her distinctive voice and versatile music style. There you go. Yeah, my demo is fire. Rihanna is a global superstar known for her innovative music, fashion ventures, and philanthropy, making her one of the most influential artists of her generation. Next up, this guitarist is widely considered one of the greatest in rock music history. He headlined the iconic Woodstock Festival in 1969. And he wore the hat before what's his name wore it. Yeah. Slash. Before Slash. His debut album with The Experience included hits like Purple Haze and Hey Joe. Hey Joe. Yeah, Jaime. This is Jaime. He was known for his flamboyant fashion and left-handed guitar playing. His famous rendition of the Star Spangled Banner at Woodstock is legendary. And I may have told this story before, but I used to go to the midnight movies for the movie Woodstock during my college days. You know, you drink a little, you want to smoke a little, and you go to the midnight movie of Woodstock. And you listen to Jimi Hendrix play the Star Spangled Banner, and the world is right. The world is right. Next up, this artist's debut album was titled Can't Take Me Home. Huh. Sounds kind of feisty. Known for her acrobatic live performances. Wow. Strong vocal abilities. She transitioned from R&B to a more pop rock sound with her second album, Misunderstood. Misunderstood. Understood. Yes. And the robot's got the color right? They gave you a clue. Her hit singles included Get the Party Started. That's a cool song. So What? And Just Give Me a Reason. She is known for her edgy style and distinctive voice. And it looks like you've all got it. Pink is a versatile and dynamic performer whose music spans genres, whose live shows are renowned for their high energy and acrobatics. I have to go someday. Or maybe not. Next up, this guy's cool. This musician was a frontman for a highly influential 1990s grunge band. He was known for his raw voice and intense lyrics. His life and career were tragically cut short in 1994. Yes, you all know who this is. And the robots, I think they hit that one. That's on the money. What's Kurt's band's name? Everybody know that? A couple of those albums, I love those. I love a couple of their albums. Love me some. All part of the 27 Club, yes, he is. And Nirvana, of course, yes. Nirvana, woo! Good tunes. Kurt Cobain was a defining figure of the grunge movement, whose music and persona left an indelible mark. Indelible mark, that's a ChatGPT phrase on music and culture. The indelible mark. Although I hear the O3 of ChatGPT is something. I don't know if you guys have heard that. This singer is known for her high-octave vocal range. Her debut album in 1990 included the hit single Vision of Love. She holds the record for the most #1 singles by a solo artist. Wow, I did not know that. Her holiday song, appropriately, All I Want for Christmas Is You, is a perennial favorite. Yes. Was he off by his girlfriend? It wasn't suicide? Okay. I learn something every day on Quick Bite History Live. She's often referred to as the Queen of Christmas. There you go. Everybody has to be a queen or a princess or something. And she's the Queen of Christmas. Yes, you all know this is Mariah Carey. Mariah Carey is one of the best-selling music artists of all time. Known for her powerful voice and impressive vocal range and numerous chart-topping hits. And from what I've seen before, very poor interior design taste. Worse than Trump. All right, last one. I think you might recognize it by the picture already. This musician is a lead singer for a legendary British rock band. I think you might get this. He has also had successful solo career and acted in films. There he is. Kind of a weird picture of it. Definitely a weird picture. He is the frontman of the Rolling Stones. That's right, Mick Jagger. Mick Jagger is an iconic figure in rock music whose career with the Rolling Stones has spanned over 5 decades. 5 decades. Wow. All right, guys. Well, we're going to take a little break here. I am going to put a 3-minute video on while we take our break, and I'll be back, and I'll see you guys after the break.
Get ready to unwrap the magic of the holidays with our countdown of the top 10 Christmas movies that have brought joy, laughter, and festive cheer to generations. 10. Elf, 2003. Will Ferrell's hilarious portrayal of Buddy, the elf, has made this a modern Christmas classic filled with heart and humor. 9. The Polar Express, 2004. This animated tale of belief and wonder captures the magic of Christmas through stunning visuals and a heartwarming story. 8. Die Hard, 1988. This unconventional holiday favorite blends action and Christmas spirit, with Bruce Willis battling bad guys during a Christmas party. 7. A Christmas Carol, 1951. This timeless adaptation of Charles Dickens's classic tale remains one of the most beloved versions ever made. 6. How the Grinch Stole Christmas, 2000. Jim Carrey's over-the-top performance as the Grinch brought Dr. Seuss's beloved story to life in a hilarious and touching way. 5. The Nightmare Before Christmas, 1993. Tim Burton's stop-motion masterpiece blurs the line between Halloween and Christmas in this visually stunning classic. 4. Home Alone, 1990. Macaulay Culkin's antics as Kevin McAllister left behind during the holidays are a must-watch for families everywhere. 3. It's a Wonderful Life, 1946. This heartfelt story of redemption and gratitude has become a quintessential Christmas favorite. 2. A Christmas Story, 1993. With its nostalgic humor and memorable moments, this movie captures the spirit of a classic Christmas. 1. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, 1989. Chevy Chase's unforgettable holiday mishaps make this the ultimate Christmas comedy.
Well, I'm back. I don't know if you guys are back yet. I'll give you a minute. Give everybody a minute to get. So anyway, I don't know if you guys are having fun tonight or not. If you like the idea of a marathon or not. I think doing a marathon every couple months might be a good idea. Maybe someday we'll do one even longer. Okay, let's go ahead and fire up our next one. We're going to do groundbreaking scientists and inventors, okay? 20 groundbreaking scientists and inventors. So if you guys are ready to do that, here we go. This scientist developed the theory of relativity. His famous equation is E equals mc squared. This is pretty easy. Yes. He won the Nobel Prize for Physics in 1921. He was a theoretical physicist born in Germany. His name is synonymous with genius. Yes, it is. It's become equal to genius, not MC squared. You guys know this is Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein is renowned for his contributions to physics, particularly his theories of relativity and his influence on the philosophy of science. I didn't know that part. There you go. Pretty good picture, though. I think the robots did nicely with that one. There he is. Albert. Very nice. Scientists. We're doing scientists. Not quite as fun as rock musicians, right? This inventor invoked an alternating current electrical system. Every picture looks a little bit like Albert Einstein, right? Because of the hair, the style of painting. This guy had a famous rivalry with Thomas Edison. He was a Serbian American. Yeah, you guys. He's become more popular, let's call it, lately. His story and stuff, right? More people have heard of Nikola. The unit of magnetic flux density is named after him. There you go. I didn't know that. Nikola Tesla. Nikola Tesla was an inventor and electrical engineer known for his revolutionary work in electromagnetism and wireless communication. And right, there was some theory that he could do wireless power, right? That would be the cool thing. And they buried that. They killed him and buried the thing. Yeah, could be. Stranger things happen nowadays. This scientist conducted pioneering research and radioactivity. She was the first woman to win a Nobel Prize. You got it. You got it. She discovered the elements of polonium and radium. She won 2 Nobel Prizes. What were the 2 categories of science that she won Nobel Prizes in? Anybody know? Categories of winning Nobel Prizes. He was a Polish-born physicist and chemist. Marie Curie was a trailblazing scientist whose research on radioactivity paved the way for advancements in both medicine and nuclear physics. But what were the two categories? They were physics and chemistry. Both. There you go. Pretty cool. Speaking of crazy hair, this scientist formulated the laws of motion and universal gravitation. He wrote a little ditty called Mathematical Principles of Natural Philosophy. Yeah, I think you know. You got it. He developed the theory of calculus independently of Leibniz. So there were two guys that developed calculus at exactly the same time. Yeah, sure. Sounds fishy. An apple falling from a tree is famously associated with his discoveries. He was an English mathematician and physicist. Another Brit. They're everywhere. No wonder they took over the world. That's right, Isaac Newton. Sir Isaac Newton is widely recognized as one of the most influential scientists of the time, making groundbreaking contributions to physics, mathematics, and astronomy. Next up, this scientist improved the telescope and made significant astronomical observations. So I guess they've decided he didn't invent the telescope. He discovered the 4 largest moons of Jupiter. That's what he's most known for. Yeah, you got it. Hello. Rhombus. Yeah, you got the astronomers now. When we did the whole astronomer category, nobody knew shit. Am I right? I'm right. He was tried for the Inquisition for his scientific views. He is known as the father of modern observational astronomy. Yeah, he happened to come along at the wrong time there with the whole Inquisition going on, right when he was doing his thing. And he has the coolest name, though. Everybody remember first name, last name? You got the Galileo first name right. And then he has a cool last name. Galileo Galilei. Galileo Galilei was an Italian polymath whose work laid the foundation for modern physics. Next up, this scientist developed the theory of evolution by natural selection. That should be enough. He published a little book called On the Origin of Species. His voyage on the HMS Beagle, cool name for a boat, Beagle, was crucial to his research. Yeah, everybody knows. This isn't as hard as the astronomer one, is it? He studied fishes on the Galapagos Islands. He was an English, another Brit, naturalist. Yes. Charles Darwin. Charles Darwin's work on evolution profoundly changed our understanding of the biological world and the development of life on Earth. Chuck. There he is. The picture. Chuck. Next up, this guy's name has been invoked. This inventor held over 1,000 patents. He developed the phonograph and the motion picture camera. Wow. He improved the electric light bulb. So he did not invent the electric light bulb. Little known fact. Correct. His laboratory was in Menlo Park, New Jersey. Now, is that where the drones are? There could be some tie-in there, right? Could be some connection. If all the drones are at Menlo Park, New Jersey, I'm not sure. He was known as the Wizard of Menlo Park. I think everybody's got it. Who was an architect too? Charles Darwin? I don't think so. Oh, the architect one was hard. Yes. The architect one was hard. I know the one, but then I have the answer. That's right, Thomas Edison. Thomas Edison was an American inventor and businessman. There you go. Next up. This polymath excelled in art, science, and engineering. He was also a painter. He had a couple little famous paintings known as the Mona Lisa and the Last Supper. His notebooks contain designs for flying machines and armored vehicles. He was a Renaissance man. He was an Italian artist and scientist. Everybody knows. And this is a kind of a different rendition of him, right? It's not the one we usually see. But it's still him. I think they got it close enough. Leonardo da Vinci. Leonardo was a true Renaissance genius whose contributions to art, science, and engineering continue to inspire and amaze. And amaze. Let's go. Let's bring it to a little more current era. This scientist made significant contributions to cosmology. He wrote a book called A Brief History of Time. Now, I read that. I would say that's one of the first books I read all the way through. I'm thinking I was like a teenager in high school. And if I got the date wrong, then I didn't read a book until I was older. He worked on black holes and the nature of the universe. I read Cliff Notes, of course, in high school. You guys read Cliff Notes in high school? He had ALS and used a computerized voice system. That's right. That's right. Pretty good picture. Not bad, not bad. He was a theoretical physicist. That's right. This is Stephen Hawking. Stephen Hawking was a British theoretical physicist whose work on black holes and cosmology, along with best-selling books, made him a household name. It's not coming through good today, huh, Stuart? I don't know. I think it's okay. Go by the clues then. Go by the clues. This inventor is credited with inventing the first practical telephone. He founded the Bell Telephone Company. Well, that ought to be enough. You should be able to get it from that, Stuart. He worked on communication devices for the deaf. What you were just talking about that, weren't you? Stevie Wonder or something? Oh, no, he's blind. He's blind. And that's rude to mix up handicaps, I know. His first words spoken over the telephone were, "Mr. Watson, come here, I want to see you." He was a Scottish-born inventor. Scottish, not British. That's right. Alexander Graham Bell's invention of the telephone revolutionized global communication, and his work had profound impact on the field of telecommunications. Alexander Graham Bell. That's the young version, right? That's not the old version we're used to seeing. This scientist developed the germ theory of disease. He created the first vaccines for rabies and anthrax. Didn't know they had a vaccine for anthrax. He invented the process of pasteurization. That's a clue. Yes. Yes, Scottish is British during most eras. Most eras. William Wallace would disagree. Who is this? Can you tell? Stuart, can you tell by the picture? He was a French chemist and microbiologist. This is Louis Pasteur. Louis Pasteur. Louis Pasteur was a pioneering microbiologist whose discoveries in germ theory and immunization transformed medical science. Louis Pasteur. There he is. Again, the young version. I like that. Youthful version. Okay, next up. This scientist co-discovered the structure of DNA. Well, I have to say this is a little more obscure, so good luck. He worked with Francis Crick. Good old Francis Crick. Their discovery revealed the double helix structure. He won the Nobel Prize in physiology or medicine in 1962. Why is it an or? He is an American molecular biologist. An American molecular biologist. And I had no idea who this guy was. He's not British, but he has a British name. Does that help? British name. Related to Sherlock Holmes. This guy's name is James Watson. James Watson. James Watson discovered the structure of DNA alongside Francis Crick. Well, okay. So guess who this next one is? This scientist co-discovered the structure of DNA alongside James Watson. Can you guess which? I don't know. I think my robot that helped me write the clues kind of screwed me on that pair. Their discovery revealed the double helix structure. He won the Nobel Prize in physiology or medicine again in 1962. Back a bit. However, this guy was the British molecular biologist. So there you go. Brit. Anyway, yeah. This is not Frick though. We're gonna learn something tonight. His first name is Francis, and his last name is Crick. Crick. C-R-I-C-K. Francis Crick and James Watson. What did they do? They discovered the structure of DNA. Okay, we've got that committed to memory. We know that name. Next scientist. This scientist was a renowned astronomer and astrophysicist. He popularized science with a TV series called Cosmos. He authored a novel called Contact. That was a cool movie. You guys remember seeing it when you first saw Contact? That was pretty cool. He was a strong advocate for the search for extraterrestrial life. Yeah, okay, Stuart, that's more or less correct. Thank you for improving that. It is Carl with a C. Carl Sagan. And his most famous phrase, I say quite a bit when we're talking about the world's wealthiest people. Billions and billions of stars. Carl Sagan was an influential scientist and science communicator who made significant contributions to planetary science and popularization of science. There you go. All right, number 15 with the bullet. This mathematician worked on Charles Babbage's early mechanical general purpose computer, otherwise known as the analytical engine. She is considered the first computer programmer. This is her, the first computer programmer. She was the daughter of poet Lord Byron. There's some British history for you. She was an English mathematician and writer. Who knows who this is? First computer programmer. Worked with Charles Babbage, daughter of poet Lord Byron. This is Ada Lovelace. Yeah, you have it. Very good. Ada Lovelace's pioneering work in computing and algorithms laid the groundwork for the field of computer science. Ada Lovelace. Next up. This scientist made critical contributions to understanding the molecular structures of DNA, RNA, viruses, coal, and graphite. A little change of gear there. Seems like it's biology than chemistry. Not sure. Her work was crucial to the discovery of the DNA double helix. She used X-ray diffraction techniques. Clever. X-ray diffraction techniques. That's my specialty. Her contributions were initially overlooked in favor of her male colleagues. That always happens. And guess what? She was a British chemist. Who knows who this is? See all Brit show, these scientists. Nancy Pelosi. Incorrect. Kind of looks like her a little bit. Right. Sort of. This is Rosalind Franklin. Rosalind Franklin work was instrumental in the discovery of DNA. There you go. Her work was not fully recognized during her. You'll know this next guy. Here we go. This polymath was a founding father of the United States. He conducted experiments with electricity, famously involving a kite. Famously. Yes. I don't know if this is the best picture of it. He invented the lightning rod, bifocals, and something called the Franklin stove. He was an author, a printer, and a diplomat. He appears on the U.S. $100 bill. And that definitely is the most popular bill nowadays, right? $100 bill. Yep, Benjamin Franklin. Benjamin Franklin also makes quite a few appearances on Quick Bite History Live. He was a leading figure in the early American history, known for his contributions to science, politics, and literature. Benjamin Franklin. There he is. With his kite. Careful with that. Careful. Next up. I have a feeling this guy's another British guy. No, he's an American. Yeah. This physicist contributed to the development of quantum electrodynamics, something we all are familiar with. He was known for his charismatic lectures and teaching style. Good. Well, that's good. He worked on the Manhattan Project. So he was in that Oppenheimer movie. Did you guys all see that? Pretty cool movie. Or did you opt for the Barbie movie instead? It was either, remember, it was either Barbie or Oppenheimer. You couldn't do both. He won the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1965. He was an American theoretical physicist. And he liked to play bongos, apparently. I looked up and I'm going, what? What's that? Yes, and a bongo player. Richard Feynman. Richard Feynman was a brilliant physicist and educator whose work in quantum mechanics and particle physics earned him widespread acclaim. And a Nobel Prize. Just besides the acclaim. Yes, Richard Feynman. That's him. All right, we got two left. This scientist made foundational contributions to understanding atomic structure and quantum theory. I think this guy was over at the Manhattan Project as well. He developed the Bohr model of the atom. That's a pretty good clue. He received the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1922. He was a mentor to many leading physicists of the 20th century, including Oppenheimer. Because I did opt for the Oppenheimer movie. I only later, with my granddaughters, watched the Barbie movie. I was not an early adopter of the Barbie movie. He was a Danish physicist. Did you know that? Danish physicist. Anybody know who this is? Important on the Manhattan Project. If you would have seen Oppenheimer, you know this is Niels Bohr. Niels Bohr was an atomic structure. A work on atomic structure and quantum theory was crucial. Last one. This astronomer formulated the laws of planetary motion. This is the guy who figured it out. He worked as an assistant to Tycho Brahe, who was another Danish guy, right? He published, incidentally, my heritage is Danish. That's why we always throw in the few Danish guys, especially the Vikings. His work provided a foundation for Newton's theory of gravitation. He was a German mathematician and astronomer. Copernicus is a very good guess. But actually, this guy's work, I think, well, I don't know if it was a basis for Copernicus or the other way around. Not sure. But it's not Copernicus. He was a German mathematician and astronomer. Provided the foundation for Newton's theory of gravitation. He published something called Astronomia Nova. Astronomia Nova. This is Johannes Kepler. Johannes Kepler, of course. I think I would have said Copernicus too. But he didn't do too bad with those scientists. Did pretty good. If they would have been all British, you probably would have done a little bit better. All right, let's see. Where are we at? We're at this one, I think. So let's add. Oh no, that's the one. Sorry. Give me a sec. There we go. All right, here we go. When we get so many, I can get lost. We could start doing another round all over again, and you guys still wouldn't know the answer. All right, we're doing 20 stars of Hollywood's golden age. Well, this should be pretty easy. This actor was born in Ohio, 1901, and began his film career in silent films before transitioning to talkies. He's known for his rugged charm. He starred alongside Vivian Leigh in one of the most famous films of all time. set during the American Civil War. His most iconic role was that role as Rhett Butler. Yes, Stuart has it. Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. King of Hollywood. He was leading man in films like Gone with the Wind and It Happened One Night. And yes, Stuart knows. Hugh Grant. Hugh Grant's not old enough. This guy was born in 1901. This is Clark Gable, of course. I think Stuart had it pretty early on there. Yes. Next up, equally famous. She was born as Norma Jean Morrison in Los Angeles in 1926. She also makes numerous appearances on Quick Bite History Live. She is known for her platinum blonde hair. She became a major sex symbol. I can say that on YouTube, right? Of the 1950s and 1960s. She starred in comedies like Gentlemen Prefer Blondes and How to Marry a Millionaire. Yes. Yes. We are doing the 20 biggest stars of the golden age of Hollywood, just to set the category a little more clearly. Her performance of Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend is iconic. Her famous subway grate scene in the 7-Year Itch made her a cultural icon. So they were just as bad a guys back then as we are now, right? We would have all loved the grate scene. Pretty good picture. Wasn't bad. This gentleman was born in 1899 in New York City. He often played tough, cynical characters in crime dramas and film noir. Yes, film noir. I'm bad at those soft sounds. No good at them. That's why I can't speak Russian very good. Darn it! Yes, the picture looks like him, right? That's him. He famously portrayed Rick Blaine in the film Casablanca, World War II. And what line is Humphrey Bogart most known for? It's from Casablanca. And what was the most famous line? Anybody know? We'll try to do it. Pretty good picture. Robots are hitting that one. Here's looking at you, kid. Here's looking at you, kid. Yeah. Next up. She was born in 1907 in Connecticut. She had a career spanning over 6 decades. That was frankly, my dear, that was the Clark Gable one. This gal won her first Academy Award for Morning Glory in 1933. She starred alongside Spencer Tracy in 9 films, forming a legendary on-screen partnership. She holds the record for the most Best Actress Oscar wins with 4. Who knows? Who's this? I'm not sure this is all that complimentary. It looks like her, though. Definitely. Most Best Actress Oscar wins. Who knows? Yeah, tip of your tongue. Katharine Hepburn. Katharine Hepburn. Next up. Born Archibald Leach in 1904 in England, he became one of Hollywood's leading men. He's known for his charming, debonair demeanor. He starred in both comedies and dramas. Yeah, that was quick, Rhombus. He worked frequently with director Alfred Hitchcock in films like Suspicion and North by Northwest. And I think we've talked about this before. North by Northwest, my favorite scene is the crop dusting plane that's flying and it's actually chasing him through the field and he's trying to run away from the crop dusting plane. That's not going to end well. That's not going to end well. His suave character was immortalized in Bringing Up Baby. And what was his favorite, most famous line? Anybody remember his most famous line? Cary Grant, of course, is the correct answer. And his famous line was, Judy, Judy, Judy. Judy, Judy, Judy. Even though he actually never said it, supposedly. Little known fact. All right, let's see if you can get this one just from the picture. We won't even do a clue. Okay? Or maybe I'll do just a part of it. She won her first Academy Award for a movie called Dangerous in 1935. She also starred in a movie called All About Eve. She has a famous line too. Anybody know who this is? Go by the eyes. Go by the eyes. She has the most famous eyes, I think, in the Golden Age. Anybody know? Her expressive eyes earned her the nickname the First Lady of the American Screen. Yeah. There you go. You got it correct. Just a minor point. She spelled her name with a B-E-T-T-E, Davis, which you would normally pronounce Bette Davis, but she went by Betty Davis. So go figure. Actresses. I think you can recognize this guy. Born in 1908 in Pennsylvania, he frequently collaborated with director Frank Capra. Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. He actually served as a bomber pilot in World War II. How about that? Yeah, you got it. Guess what rank? What rank do you think Jimmy Stewart rose to in World War II? Anybody know? Of course, he was in It's a Wonderful Life, which you may have seen if you watched the little movie I did at the break. It was featured in there. It's a Wonderful Life. Anyway, anybody remember what rank he reached? He was a brigadier general, if you can believe it. Brigadier general. There you go. He is known as America's Everyman. All right, next up. She was born in 1929 in Belgium. She became one of Hollywood's most iconic actresses. She was a UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador later in her life. She is known for her grace and elegance. She starred in her first big one, I think, was Roman Holiday. Roman Holiday. She actually got an Academy Award for that. And her role a little later on, her role as Holly Golightly, that's a name, Holly Golightly, I like that, in Breakfast at Tiffany's is one of the most memorable. Yes, you guys all have it. Audrey Hepburn. She popularized the little black dress and pearls look in the movie Breakfast at Tiffany's. Audrey Hepburn, there she is. Elegance and grace. Next up. Born Marion Morrison in 1907 in Iowa, he became an iconic figure in Western films. He often played the role of the all-American cowboy or soldier. His breakthrough role was in something called Stagecoach, directed by John Ford. Yeah. The Golden Age. We are in the Golden Age. I guess we'll have to give it to Rompus with the cone wing. Which would be, that'd have been cooler if his name was Cone, I think. But John's kind of boring. Known as the Duke, he is synonymous with rugged American masculinity, Mr. John Wayne. True Grit, The Searchers, Academy Award for True Grit. John Wayne. I don't know about that picture. It's not perfect. But we will move on anyway. Born in 1932 in London, she became a child star in the early 40s. She was known for her striking violet eyes and glamorous lifestyle. Yes. And 12 husbands, or 8 husbands, or 9 husbands, 9, I think. She won her first Academy Award for Butterfield 8 in 1960. Yes. Not Sophia Loren, although she was an attractive lady as well. She played Cleopatra in the lavish 1963 epic film, making her the highest paid actress at the time. Her tumultuous love life and marriages were as famous as her acting career. Yes, they were. You can't tell. Did the robots actually make violet eyes? I think they did. I think we actually have violet eyes. Elizabeth Taylor. Can anybody name 5 of her husbands? I guess that's kind of hard. Born Frances Ethel Gum in 1922 in Minnesota, she began her career as a child performer. She had a powerful and emotive singing voice that captivated audiences. Her breakout role was as a character named Dorothy Gale. Yeah, you got it. You got it. Everybody's getting it. Wizard of Oz, of course. Over the Rainbow became her signature song. She is remembered as one of the greatest entertainers of the 20th century. There you go. Judy Garland. I'm working on a 20 tragic actresses of the 20th century video, long-form video. I haven't done the Judy Garland section yet, but that's coming up. But it's kind of interesting. We go all the way back to the beginning of cinema, and we do 20 different actresses and their stories, using as many actual photos rather than AI photos as possible. We do use some AI, of course. Born Frederick Austerlitz in 1899 in Nebraska, he was known for his incredible dance skills. He began his career in vaudeville before transitioning to Broadway and Hollywood. He partnered with somebody named Ginger Rogers in a series of successful musicals. He starred in the movies Top Hat and Swing Time, showcasing his impeccable dance routines. Yeah, correct. Everybody's getting it. Everybody's getting it right. He is often regarded as the greatest dancer in film history, Mr. Fred Astaire. Fred Astaire. There he is. Did you guys ever watch any of those movies, the old musicals with the incredible dance numbers and things, the staging and everything for the incredible dance numbers? It's quite the thing. Fun to watch. Those are always fun to watch, actually. Born Virginia Catherine McMath 1911 in Missouri, she was a talented actress, singer, and dancer. She began her career in vaudeville and Broadway before moving to Hollywood. She formed a legendary dance partnership with Fred Astaire. It's convenient the way I put these together, huh? Right next to each other. A little easier that way. She won an Academy Award for her dramatic role in Kitty Foyle. Not the dance, not for the dancing. There you go. Known for her roles in musicals, she famously did everything. Oh, this is a great line. She did everything Fred did, but backwards in heels. That's right. You got it, Stuart. That's a good line, right? Everything Fred did, but backwards and in heels. Takes a little more. Born Frank James Cooper in 1901 in Montana, he had a calm, understanding acting style. He often portrayed quiet, heroic characters in westerns and dramas. Who knows who this is? I think the robots made him a little skinnier than he actually is there. I think that might have been a aspect ratio issue. He won his first Academy Award for Sergeant York in 1941. He starred in the classic western High Noon, earning another Oscar. Who knows who this is? This is not a gentleman in the Dirty Dozen. That's he looks a little bit like that because they made him a little skinnier in this picture. Lee Marvin is who you're thinking of, I think. But no, this is an older, like golden age guy. He starred in classic western High Noon. That was Gary Cooper. Gary Cooper, Pride of the Yankees. Gary Cooper. Okay, next up. Born in 1915 in Sweden, she became one of Hollywood's most beloved actresses. She was known for her natural beauty and intense acting talent. She won her first Academy Award for a movie called Gaslight in 1944. So gaslight, did it mean the actual lights that had gas in them at the time? Because I don't think they had that political saying. She starred in Casablanca, opposite Humphrey Bogart. This is the Casablanca girl. Her performance as Ilsa Lund in Casablanca, Ilsa was her name, is one of the most iconic in film history. I guess she won an Academy Award for that as well. Yes, you have it. There she is, pretty lady, Ingrid Bergman. Zsa Zsa Gabor. Good guess. Incorrect. Born Lucille Fay LeSueur in 1904 in Texas, she had a career that spanned 5 decades. She began her career as a dancer before transitioning to acting in silent films. She won an Academy Award for her role in Mildred Pierce. Never heard of it. She starred in the thriller Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. Now, I've heard of that. That was alongside Betty Davis. And supposedly they hated each other, right? That's the way the story goes, that two cats, starring together, Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. You trying the Zsa Zsa Gabor again? Oh no, I just haven't moved on yet. Sorry, I have a little delay probably on answers. Known for her fierce screen presence and dramatic roles, she remains one of Hollywood's legends, Joan Crawford. Next up, Born in 1900 in Wisconsin, he was known for his naturalistic acting style. He frequently collaborated with John Ford and actress Katharine Hepburn. So this is the guy that did a lot of movies with Katharine Hepburn. He starred in classic films like Guess Who's Coming to Dinner and Inherit the Wind. He won back-to-back Academy Awards for Captain's Courageous and Boys Town. Seems like we have a little delay in our broadcast, which is too bad, but we'll keep going anyway, and hopefully it'll catch up. His on-screen chemistry with Katharine Hepburn made them one of Hollywood's most famous pairs. Anybody know who this is? This is Spencer Tracy. Spencer Tracy. There he is. Him and Katharine did quite a few movies together. Yeah. Next up. Born Vivian Mary Hartley in 1913 in India, she became a British film and stage actress. She won 2 Academy Awards for Best Actress during her career. Her portrayal of Scarlett O'Hara in Gone with the Wind made her an international star. She played Blanche Debeau in Streetcar Named Desire. Known for her beauty and talent, she remains one of the most celebrated actresses of her time. This is Lauren Bacall. I'm sorry, this is Vivian Lee. I got ahead of myself. I guess I gave the next one away. Sorry. You know, I know you guys are having a little trouble with the broadcast, so I got stressed. Oh well, we're just going to keep going because we're close to the end. Born Betty Joan Persky in 1924 in New York City, she started as a fashion model. She had a distinctive husky voice and sultry look, making her an instant screen presence. Can you guess who now? Sorry. Yeah. So all you guys' answers didn't come in for like 30 or 40 seconds. So it's a little tough. We had a little delay there. She and Bogart formed one of Hollywood's most famous couples, both on and off screen. Known for her roles in film noir classics like The Big Sleep and Key Largo. There you go. Lauren Bacall. Great picture there, though. You got it admit. That was a nice rendition. All right, last one of the category. And then we only have one more category after that. Who's this? This guy is born in 1924 in Nebraska. A lot of them were born in Nebraska. What's up with that? Something in the water. He revolutionized acting with his method approach. He starred in A Streetcar Named Desire, both on Broadway and in film. He won his first Academy Award for a movie called On the Waterfront. On the Waterfront. Oh, Stuart has it. Good job. Stuart has it. He portrayed Vito Corleone in The Godfather. You guys all remember that? Earning his second Oscar. So he won one early in his career, On the Waterfront, and one much later in his career for The Godfather. There you go. He's known for his intense and powerful performances. He is considered one of the greatest actors in film history, Mr. Marlon Brando. Marlon Brando. Brando. Marlon. Hey, Mitch. What's up? Anyway, Well, that was fun other than the little bit of delay we had. Hopefully we can do one more category. Hopefully our Starlink will hold out enough to get through our 6th round of the evening. So the next round will be Heroes of the American Revolution. Yeah. So this was developed back in May, and I don't remember. So there we go. Now, if you're still here, if you didn't leave, if I didn't talk you into leaving, we're going to finish this round. So here we go. He was born in Virginia in 1732 and became a land surveyor. He served as a delegate to the First and Second Continental Congresses. He was appointed as commander-in-chief. He led the American forces to victory against the British in the Battle of Yorktown. Yeah, I know some people left. Sorry about that. You know, comes with the territory. Try to do cool things. Sometimes it happens. Anyway, this one's awful easy. This is Mr. George Washington. And remember, our category is Heroes of the American Revolution. We've got 20 of them. And they start off easy and get a little harder as we go. But here we go. Born in Virginia in 1743, he was a prominent statesman and lawyer before the Revolution. He served as the governor of Virginia during the Revolutionary War. He was a primary author of a significant document declaring the colony's independence. Kind of looks like Meriwether Lewis, but that's not who this is. His famous words include, "We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal." He did become the 3rd president of the United States, and he founded a little university in Virginia. Yes, Stuart has it. Does it look like him now? It's the younger. Once again, we're doing the youthful version. Youthful version for sure. Yeah, there you go. And this gentleman's making his 2nd appearance of the evening. He was born in Boston in 1706. He was a printer. He was a scientist. He was an inventor. All before becoming a politician. He is known for his experiments with electricity and his famous kite experiments. We do remember. Making his 2nd appearance of the evening. He was one of the signers of the Treaty of Paris. Now, what is the Treaty of Paris, folks? Does anybody remember? What's the key to the Treaty of Paris? What was that all about? What was that good for? Anybody remember? What's the Treaty of Paris? See, I caught you. You guys thought you knew all the answers. The Treaty of Paris is actually the document that ended the Revolutionary War. It was the document that said the British give up. There you go. His face, of course, is on the $100 bill. Next up. This gentleman was born in Massachusetts in 1735. He was a lawyer and a diplomat before the Revolution. He was a strong advocate for independence at the Continental Congress. He served as the first Vice President of the United States. Who remembers who the first Vice President of the United States was? Anybody remember that? He also was a key diplomat in that little Treaty of Paris thing. And he did become the second president of the United States. There you go, Stuart. There you go. JD. Hillbilly. Hillbilly effigy. Yes, that's right. It's Mr. John Adams. John Adams, second president of the United States. First vice president of the United States. Next up. Born in Massachusetts in 1722, he was a political philosopher and one of the founding fathers. You got to have a philosopher in every group, right? He was the leader of something called the Sons of Liberty, a group that opposed British policies. He helped organize the Boston Tea Party. He also makes a really good beer. How's that for a clue? That'll help. He signed the Declaration of Independence. Yeah, Stuart. He remembers the beer clue. He is often referred to as the father of the American Revolution. Wow. Samuel Adams. Samuel Adams. A son of liberty as opposed to son of anarchy. Did you guys all see that TV series, Sons of Anarchy? If you didn't, you got to go back and check that series. Sons of Anarchy. Awesome. This gentleman was born in Virginia in 1736. He was a lawyer and an orator. He opposed the Stamp Act and other British policies. He served as the governor of Virginia during the Revolution. Now, when I'm learning all this stuff about the Revolution, I'm realizing it was all about stamps and tea. The whole thing was about stamps and tea. There you go. His famous quote, "Give me liberty or give me death." That was this guy. This is the guy who said that. Anybody remember who said, "Give me liberty or give me death"? He was a leading advocate for the Bill of Rights. Governor of Virginia during the Revolution. Anybody remember? Looks just like him. Yeah, William Wallace. No, William Wallace had a dress. I mean a kilt. Patrick Henry. Give me liberty or give me death. Patrick Henry. Next up. This is the key fact about this guy. He was born in the West Indies in 1755. He was an orphan who moved to New York to pursue his education. He served as an aide-de-camp to General George Washington. He was a key author of something called the Federalist Papers, advocating for the Constitution's ratification. He became the first Secretary of the Treasury. First Secretary of the Treasury. Washington's aide. He is the face on the U.S. $10 bill. Has anybody ever even seen a $10 bill? He's also, and here's the key clue. He is the subject of a popular Broadway musical. I guess we better move on. Hamilton. Alexander Hamilton. The Broadway clue one I should have given you earlier, right? Another one of our founding fathers, born in Virginia, 1751. He was a key architect of the U.S. Constitution and Bill of Rights. We're not going to bring up the architects again, though. He co-authored the Federalist Papers with Alexander Hamilton and John Jay. Not Jackson. Jackson's later. You're gonna drive that Jackson. Hey, you get it, aren't you? Jackson was not a founding father. He served as the 4th president of the United States. So there's the key clue. Who's the 4th president? He is often called the father of the Constitution. This is the guy, the father of the Constitution. James Madison. James Madison. You guys aren't getting your revolutionary guys. We're learning something here. If you're paying any attention, we're gonna redo this every week until you get them all. This guy was born in New York City, 1745. He was a founding father. He served as the president. He was the president of the Continental Congress. He was one of the negotiators of the Treaty of Paris. This guy was all over the map. He co-authored the Federalist Papers, oh my gosh, with Hamilton and Madison. And he became the first Chief Justice of the United States. So that's maybe the key clue. Who is the first Chief Justice? Anybody know? I'm serious. We're going to do these every week until you guys know. Until you get them all right, we're doing them every week. This is John Jay, the least known founding father. But he was the Chief Justice, first Chief Justice. Come on. I think you've heard of this guy. Also born in Massachusetts in 1735, he was a silversmith and a patriot. Silversmith and a patriot. How about that? He was a member of the Sons of Liberty, another biker. And he took part in the Boston Tea Party. Total hooligan. He is famous for his midnight ride to warn the colonial militia of the British troops' approach. This is the guy that went on the ride. The British are coming! The British are coming! His ride is immortalized in Henry Wadsworth Longfellow's poem. Yeah, Stuart knows. He was warned that Stuart was on his way. Paul Revere, of course. He also created an engraving depicting the Boston Massacre. There you go. Next up, this guy's a little more obscure, so good luck. Born in Rhode Island in 1742, he was a major general in the Continental Army. He was known for a successful Southern campaign during the Revolutionary War. This is a general, went south. He served under General Washington and was one of his most trusted officers. I think he was in North Carolina. And he used guerrilla tactics to wear down British forces in the Carolinas. There you go. So, have you guys seen the movie? I think it's another Mel Gibson movie called The Patriot, I think it is. Patriot. Anyway, there's some really cool scenes with the British all walking in formation and then the Americans coming out of the forest like guerrilla warfare, basically, right? Anyway, so this is the guy. He is often credited with turning the tide in the South. Anybody know this one? Again, we're going to do this every week until you know him. Nathaniel Greene. Nathaniel Greene, of course. I don't think I would have known that without the answers being in front of me. Yeah, you're going to have to watch that scene, Stuart. It will give you nightmares. This guy was born in France. He was a French aristocrat and military officer. He volunteered to fight for the American cause. Now, who remembers this story? The French guy that volunteered to become a major general in the Continental Army. He developed a close friendship with George Washington, and he played a key role in the siege of Yorktown, which led to the British surrender. So he was real key in the biggest battle. He is remembered as a hero in both the United States and France. How about that? Anybody remember what this guy's name is? Born in France, volunteered to fight for the Continental Army, buddies with Washington, Siege of Yorktown. Every week, I swear to you, we're going to do it every week. Marquis de Lafayette. Marquis de Lafayette. Marquis de Lafayette. All right, you've heard of this next guy. Born in Massachusetts, like a lot of these guys, in 1737, he was a wealthy merchant. He was president of the Second Continental Congress. He was the first to sign the Declaration of Independence. He was the first guy to sign. So that means he did a fairly large signature because he didn't know how much room he had to leave for the other guys. He served as governor of Massachusetts. His name is synonymous with signature due to its prominent signing of the Declaration of Independence. So if you look at the Declaration of Independence, this is the signature you see. And it's also a saying. Yes, there you go, Mitch. Caught on to my extra clues. Okay, one for our team. One for our team. Yes, John Hancock is correct. Put your John Hancock on there. So this next one, I've heard somebody mention this next guy already. He was born in England in 1737. He was a political activist and writer. He wrote the pamphlet, and this was a key thing in the Revolution, the pamphlet called Common Sense. It was like a simplified document that advocated for American independence, made it clear to the common man. Kind of like Twitter. He also wrote The American Crisis, which inspired American soldiers during the war. His works were influential in swaying public opinion towards independence. He is often credited with helping to ignite the American Revolution through his writings. Yes, Stuart has it. Excuse me for a second. Good job, Stuart. 2 for your team. Okay, we got 2. Oh, is that still Thomas Paine? I hope that's still Thomas Paine. Next up, born in Virginia, 1732, he was a statesman and patriot. He introduced the Resolution for Independence to the Continental Congress. This is the guy who introduced the resolution. He was one of the signers of the Declaration of Independence. And he actually served as the president of the Continental Congress. So who was the president of the Continental Congress? Yeah, I do. Me and Zelensky got our stash. I think I'm allergic to my computer screens. Is that a thing? I think that might be a thing. You might know who this is. He was a strong advocate for states' rights, president of the Continental Congress. You're never going to get this one. Richard Henry Lee. Richard Henry Lee. There you go. Okay. You didn't know that. Now, Stuart, I'm going to expect you to get this one. This guy was born in England in 1738. He was a British Army officer and colonial administrator. This is the bad guy, from my point of view. He led British forces during the American Revolution. Who led the British forces? He won several key battles, including the Siege of Charleston. Well, that's in South Carolina, where I'm from. Except for I'm upstate. So Charleston's way downstate. Low country. He surrendered to George Washington at the Siege of Yorktown. This is the British guy. Head of the British. Big guy. Big British general. Biggest. His surrender effectively ended the major combat operations in the American Revolutionary War. Anybody remember the general's name from the bad guy's side? Not King George. King George didn't fight. This guy fought. Cornwallis. Charles Cornwallis. Charles Cornwallis. It's okay. We're gonna do it every week. You guys will know him after a few weeks. 10 weeks or so. You guys will have it. This guy's born in Connecticut. He played a crucial role in the capture of Fort Ticonderoga. I love to say that. Ticonderoga. He led successful campaigns in the Battle of Saratoga before defecting. He attempted to surrender West Point to the British, but was exposed. Oh, he was exposed. This guy was a turncoat. His name has become synonymous with treason in American history. This is the treason guy. Anybody, who's the American guy that's known for treason? It's almost like his name is synonymous with treason. Yeah, you got it. All right, good. Spelled with a D-I-C-T, K, but he is a dick. Benedict Arnold. Yes, Benedict Arnold. Okay, you'll never get this one. We should just skip this one. Born in Boston, 1750, he was a bookseller. He served as the chief artillery officer for the Continental Army. That's an important job. He led the expedition to transport captured cannons from Fort Ticonderoga to Boston. Where was this Fort Ticonderoga? Is it in Pennsylvania or somewhere out west? He played a key role in the Siege of Yorktown. He became the first Secretary of War under George Washington. All right, so there's your key clip. First Secretary of War. Quick, Google it. Something, ChatGPT it. First Secretary of War under George Washington. Born in Boston in 1750, Chief Artillery Officer in the Continental Army. What? How'd you get that? Did you Google that? Good job, Stuart. Henry Knox is correct. All right, that's 3 points for your team. All right, I've never heard of this guy, so good luck. He was born in South Carolina, though. That's cool. 1732. He was a military officer known as the Swamp Fox. This is the Swamp Fox. He also employed guerrilla tactics. All these guys down in the Carolinas were guerrillas. He led a small band of militia in daring raids and ambushes. These are your worst nightmares, dude. Nice, clean line of British soldiers all marching, in a line. And out of the trees comes a Swamp Fox. This is the Swamp Fox. His efforts helped disrupt British supply lines and communications. He is considered one of the fathers of the modern guerrilla warfare. Wow. Francis Marion. Francis Marion doesn't sound like the Swamp Fox. I can see why he wanted to use the name Swamp Fox. Francis Marion is not as cool. All right, last one. Last one of the whole evening. Born in Connecticut, he was a farmer, businessman, and soldier. He led the Green Mountain Boys in capturing Fort Ticonderoga. I love that. He attempted to invade Canada. What? But was captured by British forces. Uh-oh. He was imprisoned in England for several years before being released. He is remembered as a folk hero and a fierce advocate for American independence. The other thing that this guy is famous for is quality Americana furniture. This is the furniture guy. I don't know the relationship between furniture and this is the furniture guy. Green Mountain Boys. Fine American furniture. Ethan Allen. Ethan Allen. Does that sound familiar, though? Ethan Allen? No, of course not. All right. Well, thanks for hanging in, and sorry that I had a little hiccup there at the beginning of that round. Sounds like Starlink went a little bit bad there for a little bit towards the end too, but we didn't do too bad, and we did 2 hours and 55 minutes worth of this. That's a bit much. I think 3 rounds is appropriate for most shows. Someday, Saturday or Sunday, I'll try to do 10. We'll try to do 10 rounds with mostly new ones. Okay, mostly new ones. All right. Well, you guys study up on your American Revolution. I'll repackage it so you don't know what's coming. And we're going to do another Founding Fathers American Revolution. I could keep loading these things, but we're not going to. Ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen. Anyway, thank you very much for hanging out with me. I do always appreciate it. Check out my channel. I got lots of other video things on there as well. Some of them are fun to watch. And we're going to skip Wednesday. It's Christmas. Merry Christmas to everybody. Happy holiday. We'll be back before the New Year probably, though, huh? Like, I don't know. Whatever day of the week it is. We'll see. A week after Christmas. Maybe we'll be back that Sunday before New Year's. We'll see. If not, we'll see you in a couple weeks. So thanks again. Do appreciate it. Have a good one. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. All that kind of stuff. And we'll say goodnight. Bye-bye.